Hey guys, you're watching Couch Surfing here with Metal Matt, and we've got a very special guest with us right now, Kazzy from Intentions Arrive. How you doing, bro?
Good, man. Very good, very good. It's been a while.
It has been a while.
It's been a very long time.
A few years, actually. Eh?
Yeah, it has. It's I actually don't even remember the last time I've seen you guys in person. It has been years, hasn't it?
Yeah. Main thing is we're here now, so...
Well, yeah, that's it. We finally got back together.
Exactly.
We've still got a Belinda Carlisle sing songs too.
Oh, dude, so. we need to have Belinda Carlisle. That's still happening? It's still happening,
still gotta do it.
Kaz, let's talk about Tensions Arise, right? Let's get a bit of a backstory behind the band, how this band all started.
Alright, so back in about 2008, I was out of a band that was only around for a couple of years. Yeah. Found a guy online on the old websites where you sort of look for musicians and whatnot. Yes. And turns out that randomly we actually had met previously, but we didn't realise because he had a pseudonym, a different name like myself.
Yeah.
And then we started working on things. Then a few people sort of came in here and there. And then I think it was start of 2010 we started playing shows and released our first CD. But shortly after that, I think. It's all blurry after years of drinking and whatnot.
It gets like that, doesn't it? Definitely gets like that.
Yeah.
The band's been a bit quiet at the moment, so you guys haven't been very active at all.
No.
Talk to me, Kazzy.
Okay.
What is happening with the band?
Right.
Come on, we need to get this going. Come on. What's going on with the band?
Some people would say the band's finished.
Yeah.
But I guess that depends on who you speak to. If you speak to someone like myself, it's not over. No. Unfortunately, Kyle and Tim left us a couple of years ago. It's all good, we all actually, the band was going so well and we were so close, we actually had a pact of, if one of us doesn't want to do it, we're cool to stop.
Of course.
To be truthful, a lot of us say that sort of stuff because you don't believe it's going to happen.
That's right.
Once it happened, you had to accept that. Took me a little bit, couldn't accept that. Mm-hmm. Spoke to Ash, he still wanted to do it. He's like, well, why do we have to stop? We spoke to them, they were cool for us to keep going. So it's just now been that process of trying to get it back up and running, COVID obviously sort of slowed things down, but it's more of a finding people's really difficult, especially as you get older and as you take more time away from things change.
Of course, yeah.
So venues change, the bands that are on top change, the bands you have to make friends with change,
Exactly.
So it's all starting again. So that's kind of where we're at really at the moment, man. We're just trying to find the right people to jump back in with us and move forward. We've got ideas of what we want to do.
Of course.
It's a matter of having people to do it.
Have you been writing some new music at the moment?
So sort of. See, Ash and I have sort of done bits and pieces with some other people.
Yep.
Nothing for any seriousness, just to I guess keep us involved, I guess.
Of course.
As for tension stuff, not really. I'm only just now starting to get the bug again. I think part of it again is the whole COVID thing where things are opening up again. It's like, I want to be a part of that.
Well, so you get that itch going.
Yeah,
you see all those live shows coming back too.
Big time. So I've slowly started writing. I think Ash has a few riffs there and there, but we want to do some covers and things like that and fun stuff with that.
Yeah, cool.
And then I think possibly do a single or two or an EP again. But just need the people to jump in on that really.
Of course. Have you got a favourite show that you've played? You've played some extensive shows, even overseas as well. Is there a standout show?
Because it's been so long, I'm going to have to say I've enjoyed all of them for some reason.
Of course,
There's always learning and whatnot, but you can't go wrong with things like big support shows, like you mentioned. We've played overseas. That was unreal. Can't believe we did that.
Yeah.
I actually played one show in Japan where I don't even remember the show. I was that young, so that's always good. But I think a major standout for us that's not supporting someone else or whatever would have been when we ourselves sold out the Stag for a CD launch, and that was one of the most amazing feelings in the world, when you've got so many local friends supporting you and coming and watching it, so that's probably a big one.
Absolutely. What's your opinion on today's Sydney metal scene? Look, there's a vibrant scene at the moment. You know, bands are coming out left, right, and centre. But what's your opinion on today's scene?
From what I've seen, especially obviously because we mainly see stuff online now because of how everything's going, it seems to be picking up again. Like a lot of newer bands are coming out and they're way more gifted, more extreme, more energetic than what we all were. And it's really good because, like we mentioned before, it gives you that itch, but it also makes you want to get better. It makes you want to be, it's good to see that things keep progressing, you know, and so I can't wait to get back out there and play with some of those bands, hopefully, you know. So,
absolutely.
like I think Bury Me is a band that just came out recently.
Yeah, they're actually hitting it pretty hard.
They're pretty cool. I know a few of those guys, so can't wait to get up there with them.
Cool. Be good. Is there any advice that you give out to young musicians that want to follow in the same footsteps as you? Obviously, you know, you've been a hard-working musician with tensions rise. Is there any advice that you give out to the kids out there that want to start a band? And
well, really, I guess it depends on how serious you want to take it, because being in a band's like any relationship, like a marriage, like a job.
Yep.
Sure, it's fun. Yeah, you've got to have fun. You've got to enjoy what you're doing. But if you want to get somewhere, you don't really understand the sacrifices you have to make until you're in that situation. And I think that is what makes or breaks a lot of bands and anyone in any entertainment industry, really.
Absolutely.
You know, the sacrifice you have to put in is unreal. You know, you miss birthdays, you miss weddings, you miss whatever, because you have to focus on that goal to get somewhere. And as long as you try, you're not failing.
That's right.
So I think that's probably the best bit of advice. Don't think you're failing because you haven't gotten somewhere or done something that you think you should have. Because as long as you keep going, you haven't failed and you're not going to fail.
That's some really good advice, Kaz.
That's what I think.
Really good advice.
Yeah.
Now, if people want to contact the band and find more about you guys, you're also on Facebook and
Yeah. We've still got all that sort of stuff. So we've still got the band Facebook up. It's kind of cool actually. We still see regularly a few likes here and there coming onto the page, even though we haven't been too active. So that makes me really happy. But obviously my personal page, you just look up Kazzy Cage. It'll come up, even though my real name on there. That's probably the best way to get in contact at the moment, is just hitting me up through that.
Sure.
All the details on the Tensions Facebook page is still the same. So,
cool.
Yeah.
Kazzy, any final words you want to let the people know out there?
Hopefully we'll be back, and it's really, really cool to catch up with Matt and the cameraman over here. But thanks for having me, man. Really appreciate it, and hopefully we'll see you on the other side.
Anytime. Kazzy from Tensions Rise.
Cheers, bro.
Thank you.